Alright, gang. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I have no idea what the fuck I just watched. I wasn't even sure that I was gonna review this. I'm here just to make sure I didn't imagine this and that someone in the comment section could just say, hey man, I also saw it. It's real, it exists, someone made it. This movie is called Krazy House. It's a duo of directors who have made another film that I liked and I enjoyed. So my thought process was put two and two together. They've got another movie. I enjoyed their last one. Yeah, nah, I got it. It's gonna be a good time. Mm-hmm. The movie Krazy House follows a family. All right, we're talking like Newtown, all American family, and the film. The film's formatting is interesting. I'll give it that because I have not a lot of good things to say about this movie. But I'll give it this. If you watch the trailer, the movie presents you with an interesting get, right? Which is a horror film told in the style of a 90s sitcom. So think Full House, Family Matters, Fresh Prince, I'm not caught up on all my 90s sitcoms. I was never really a sitcom guy, but you get it. Roseanne, all those in the early, 90s, late 80s. Like that is his thing. It is a film that is shot in that way for the first act and some change. And it follows a family with all the stereotypes, right? You've got the all good American family with the siblings, the wife, the father, and just like those sitcoms, right? If you've even watched one episode, they all end the fucking same, which is, hey, you've got a problem, sit down next to me and let me monologue to you for a minute. Because that's all it takes to solve the world's problems as individuals and together. And so these shows always, they're comfort food for people, right? Friends, That 70s Show, Big Bang Theory, right? I'll say those because those are the ones that I'm more familiar with. And I, for one, am not a sitcom guy, but I'm an idiot nerd, so Big Bang Theory really calls to me, and it's the only show that's ever really actually made me crack up in terms of like laughing track sitcom shows go. These shows have had a very deflated, superficial version of reality that is very comforting in a dumbed down fucking way. I mean, it is comfort food, right? You can't sit there and tell me Friends isn't comfort food for a lot of you, right? Like it is comfort food. So it had a reality of society as Americans as a whole of what life should look like, what the perfect family should look like. And for a long time, these shows are like what gave people an idea of like, oh, I want friends like Friends. I want a family like those fuckers. I want a full house, right? Like, if you grew up an only child, maybe you dreamed of having an entire family like that. Like, they did a good job creating this fake idea, this image. And the movie does that. Something happens, and I'm going to spoil this shit because it sucks, and I just really, this is for me, so bear with me here. I think even if I spoil anything, it's not going to prepare you for what the fuck this is. So, at a certain point, the movie starts, the house starts falling apart. Yeah, the movie too, but the house starts falling apart, and they invite over some very conveniently passing by uh, Russian carpenters, construction workers or whatever you want to call them. They're handymen. They walk in, they knock on the door, they go like, "Oh, you need help? Your house is falling apart. We can fix it." So they go in and they fix it. We just let them in because in these shows, random characters will just fucking ring the doorbell and like, oh, who the fuck are you? I don't know, but now you're part of the story for the next 22 minutes. And so these characters walk in and they start fixing the house. They start ripping shit off the walls. The sinks come off, they make more holes. At this point, I'm like lost. I'm like, wait, how? Why? What the fuck are they doing here? Like, I get that we broke the sink, but like, why are they in the bathroom making it? Doesn't make sense, but whatever. And I think that was a little bit of the point of just like how stupid these shows can be and how devoid of like any real tangible reality or situational awareness these shows ever had. So, okay, whatever, fine. Somewhere along the lines, one of the guys impregnates the daughter, the other guy turns the brother into a crackhead, and the second floor turns into a crack house. This is all within like days of each other. And I mean, in show, like a day or two, right? It's like a few minutes in film time. But like I get it, right? Like you're kind of critiquing these shows because everything happens so fast in these shows. It's kind of gnarly, but they really go overboard. Then the movie starts having these flashes, right? Because remember, the movie is shot the way those shows are shot, right? From the perspective of the studio audience. So there's a laugh track. The camera doesn't move except left to right, and that's where we're at. Eventually, the main character, Nick Frost's character, the dad, which bless his soul, he's awesome in fucking everything he's in. And the only awesome thing in this movie is him and the cast. But he starts having flashes of like a close-up from a different film perspective. At this point, we are at like a cinematic shot, and it's a close-up of his face full of blood, and he's saying like, kill them all. So you're like, oh, well, what the fuck is that about? As the film goes on, you realize that he is a devoted Christian. He is a very, very devoted Christian, right? And this movie reminded me of Mother, all right? The Javier Bardem, Jennifer Lawrence film, which I really, really praised when it came out, okay? That movie, I watch it ever so often. I pop it in. It's a movie that did what this film was trying to do, except this is like you know those movies, right? Like, you know when Transformers comes out, right? And then you have like a direct to DVD version brand Transmorphers, right? This is that to Mother, because it tries to treat the house in the same way Mother did, as an allegory for reality, right? And as the movie progresses, the house becomes more and more like a war zone, and it looks fucking insane. These Russians just suddenly want to violate all the women in the house, and they want to take over the house because apparently there is a stash of money. And get this is where it gets crazy. The Russian leader, who is the father of this crew, had a girlfriend or a wife. They don't explain it. They had a baby in a car while running away from the cops because they robbed the bank. They stop in front of this house. She puts the baby inside of the wall of this people's house without them fucking knowing. And a year later, he comes back to collect the bag of money in the wall from his dead wife left in there, and the corpse of the baby that she gave birth to, who she left in the bag, because babies don't cry. What the fuck? And the husband, who at this point has been very beta male, right? Like, he tries to be Mr. Fix-It in the house, but he just breaks everything. Like, anything he touches just crumbles to complete defecation, like pure shit. And so the wife of the house, you know, she's working full time and she becomes the handyman, but she's got a headache. So she somehow through the film becomes a pill addict because she can't stop the headache. So she just becomes a pill popper. And throughout the film, when shit goes down, he becomes the alpha male, becomes violent. He starts having visions of Jesus, the Christ himself, where Jesus tells him like, hey, look within yourself. The church of Christ is in you. And you know, up until this point, he didn't question Jesus. He has Jesus on his shirt, Jesus on the walls. He's got a crucifix on every corner of the house. He is a lover of Jesus. At no point does he question him. Up until now, when we finally broke the fourth wall, we are no longer telling the movie from the perspective of a sitcom. We are actually full dynamic range of motion with the camera, full composition, different color grading. Like, we've gone full mode. We've broken reality. Now we're here. The studio audience is gone. And now we're here. And he starts seeing Jesus, and Jesus like tells him like, hey, before you resort to violence, the Church of Christ is in you. And at this point, he's questioning him. He's like, okay, what does that mean? And Jesus says again, the Church of Christ it's inside you. And he's like, okay, what does that mean? And at this point, right, you understand it's a critique on like blind faith, right? And the all-American Nuketown family. Right? How nothing is as perfect as it seems, and how we like to lean back and rely on our faith to get us through, but we've corrupted that faith ourselves through our own meaningless subjectivity, and now we've turned faith into this weaponized ideology to help us be vindicated for all the shit that we just can't handle and choose not to take responsibility for. It's a bunch of deep shit that I derived from a movie that just traverses all that on such a surface level ground that I was like, by the end of the movie, the crackhead son is seeing aliens. He sees the alien. Don't know why there's. The daughter's pregnant by one of the Russians. She, like, her belly starts growing within 2 days. I'm like, what? At this point, the Russians have crucified the father, right? They've taken over the house. The cops are outside because why not? No one called them. They're there. They board up the house. There's a bonfire in the middle of the house. They crucify the father in his living room. He has a vision of Jesus. And okay, they're having a conversation where he's like, I'm sorry for all the sins that I've committed, but you know what I have to do to save my family? He's like, yes, I know. I understand. And then Jesus says, he says, hey, like, wow, I don't know how you did this being hung up. It's like, I don't know how you did this, like being hung up here. And Jesus says, yeah, man, it's a lower back killer. I got you. So, he gets taken down, and then he gets taken down, and he kills Jesus, and then he goes full rampage mode the entire movie, just killing these Russians. He goes full on commando, like Arnold Schwarzenegger. He's just grabs a gun, starts killing all the Russians. He's like, the cops come in, the SWAT team comes in, they break down the house. Like, what am I? Someone wrote this. 2 people wrote this. They break the house. They come into the house. And the movie wraps up with him turning around towards the studio audience that was no longer there, and he kills everyone. And then he says, oh boy, I've made quite a mess. Somewhere, somehow, someone loves this shit. And trust me, I'm the next one for any silly, like, please, be silly, be weird, be out there, bro. Like, be out there. This is why I have to review it, because it's so out there, and it's such a shot in the dark that I have to praise it for having the fucking cojones to be able to pull something off like this, because it is batshit fucking insane to know that this movie existed, that someone funded it, that 2 people wrote it, and that they directed it. Everything that it tries to talk about, it misses the mark. Yet I don't know if it's intentional. I don't know if it just presents these like deep questions and then completely disregards it on purpose. It's carnage candy. But it's not even like cohesive action. It's not these like prolonged moments of action. You get like a crazy scene of violence, and then you get someone doing something completely left-handed or right-handed or out of hand, fucking seeing aliens while they're high. This review isn't to tell you to watch it, except that, like, pinch me. Actually watch it. Please, if anyone can watch this and has the time to just watch something so fucking ridiculous that is just so we can, like, just so that we can have a dialogue. I need someone to watch this so I can talk about this to you, because it's such a wild fucking movie. Please make a sequel. I need to see a more batshit version of this, because I know they can do it. Thanks for hearing me blab about a movie that fucking fuck all heard of. But if you have, please tell me that I'm not crazy. Please tell me you feel the same. And if I'm wrong, please tell me that I'm wrong. Anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Thanks for yapping. I appreciate you guys. And like always, I will see you at the movies.